Yes, we kept talking last week about how love is beyond yourself. Sometimes pain puts you in the position to go out of yourself, to love others. Sometimes it's just a decision that you make. We couldn't finish the conversation, but I met each character last week. So if you didn't catch it, you better go online to find it. But today, you're going to experience how they play out love in their own lives and in the work that they do. As always, the whole idea is to inspire you to get up and do some of the things that they do. Loving, in this instance, through Ibidunni Ighodalo Foundation, through this Little Beginnings, through Brook House, and then, of course, through, I'll just say through Eme, because you have two hats. Welcome to Seriously Speaking. We'll be back in a short while on the panel, if you don't go away. Welcome back, and I'm going to start straight from Brook House, because Brook House, you took in students who are, I hate to use the word not normal. What's the best word to use for it?
Neurotypical.
What does that mean?
Wow. Neurotypical.
Neurotypical.
Yes.
They're not the regular kids,
yeah,
right?
So
and they're in your school.
regular. They are regular. They are just not. They are just not neurotypical.
Okay, tell me, please. Let's start with you then.
Okay.
Educate me.
Okay, so neurotypical children are what you just called normal or regular, and there's nothing abnormal about children with special needs. Okay, because God has created them like that. So it's, and every child with special needs is fine where they are. You know, we are the ones that want them to come out into our world. They are functioning the way they are. For them, they are just fine. They are normal. They do everything. But for us, we think that, oh, this isn't quite right. Oh, you're making too much noise. Or you're not, you know, the society, you're not quite fit in the society. You know, and then we now say, okay, we need to now do therapy and do, and then
because they can't fit into the society the way we have it.
No, no, because children with special needs have a lot of things going on all at the same time. I mean, I was saying offset earlier on how other things that other senses, you know, like you are talking to me now, the light is on, and you're still able to focus and listen to me. Children with special needs are not able to. They're not able to put all of these things together.
Well, I think
all
it depends
at
on the kind of
time.
needs that they have.
Yes,
it
also depends on yes, so, and they vary. You know, there are all kinds of special needs.
So it was difficult for you at the beginning, you say, because you didn't know how to manage them. But you've learned that it's not really that bad. But who had it hardest? The students that had to take them in, or what?
I would say it's the 50-50 thing. Because they are coming from their own school, and we are in our own school. The children in Brook House haven't met children with special needs. And I'm sure they haven't worked with the regular children, like we say. So it's a 50-50 thing for both sides.
What has made it easier to adjust?
Like we're talking about love. It's all about love. You show them love. And when you use handsome materials also to teach them, and let's not forget the bottom line, God. So, of course, we can't rule out God. Brook House is a Christian school. And we pray and ask God to help us. We're just instruments there to guard the children.
Now, that brings me to Eme, who's also an instrument, right? But in the whole course of your adoption series that you're working on now, right, haven't you had situations where there are children with disabilities? And, you know, do parents take them easily?
No, I would say no, especially for people in Nigeria. But we have a very interesting and happy story of a Caucasian couple who came to Nigeria, and they particularly asked for a child who was HIV positive.
Wow.
Yes.
And you had one?
We had a child like that. So we were able to match that child with the couple. They're in the Netherlands, and she's thriving. She fell very ill shortly after she left Nigeria to go to the Netherlands and ended up in hospital, nearly died. If she were in Nigeria, she would have died.
So you see, that's one thing that brings me to what Ibidunni is trying to do with her foundation. Because nobody knows where life will end. You know what I mean? Here's Ibidunni. People still see you as a beauty queen. Now, everything worked right. You got married, no kids. Now you're helping other people who have children. You know, out of what did that come?
It came out of pain. And, you know, God uses your pain for his own gain. I don't think if I had gone through that pain, I would have had that heart to do what I'm doing. You have to experience this pain to know what other people are going through. it's not a place you pray for anyone to be, you know. So it's not easy for you to save the money you can use for your own treatment, because you still have the chance to have a child.
So like when you started, you were thinking, instead of me spending this money on myself,
yes,
I'm going to start spending this on others before people started to help you.
Yes, I've been using my funds and my husband's funds. I've harassed my husband, but I had to do that. So the money that I could have used for my own treatment to save, you know how much IVF cost? I take it and I pay for other families. The first time we did 28 couples. Last year we did 16 before people started coming to sponsor 2 couples, 1 couple, 2 couples, only for us to get this phone call. Yes. So it takes grace for you to love other people more than yourself. I mean, some people still think I'm a bit out of my... I mean, I've gotten phone calls. I have an aunt who called me and said, you know, Yorubas, you know, she means well. But she says, it's like, why don't you face your issue? Why are you running after other people's and paying for their own when you can use it to pay for yourself? And I just smiled and said to her, you can't understand it. Nobody can.
So, but the beauty about it is, if your partner understands what you're doing, then it's...
Oh, he's totally... No. He's totally with me.
I think I get what you're trying to say, Ibidunni. The point is, without support, you can't get far, whatever it is. And support, do you work for the support, or is it a function of God just being kind to you?
Till date, God has been kind. But I still work for it, because I still go out and I tell people, you have to support this foundation, please. I need you to help my couples. We're trying to raise money for this, for that. And people have been very kind.
That's interesting, because you've done 28 couples as at
28 plus 16.
The first time was 28. The first time was 28. And you have only 3 babies. That means there are a lot of failures.
Yes.
How does that make you feel?
But I wouldn't call them failures, because in the first set, we had 5 pregnancies confirmed, and they all went, 2 of them went up to the 3rd trimester, and then they had a miscarriage. The other 2 were just the 1st trimester. So it was just 1 that was full term. Now, I wouldn't call them failed, because after they were happy that you mean I actually got pregnant. That's in itself. So that's a step for some of them. For any mother, the fact that you even were able to even feel that feeling of pregnancy. So I mean, the next one would definitely be a yes, by the grace of God. Okay. And then some of them don't even go as far as it's a pregnancy test, and then they get pregnant naturally. We have a case like that right now from the first set. She went to the hospital. They found out that she had only PCOS, polycystic disease of the ovaries, and my doctor just gave her tablets. She's pregnant.
Simple as that.
At the conference, we had a woman talk about sex, and she was talking about sex positions, how to enjoy yourself while you wait. And a friend of mine, she came for the conference. She said,
got pregnant?
Oh, she said she tried one of the positions. She put a pillow under her bum, and now she's pregnant. Wow. The little things that we can do.
So it's beyond just, trying to get you to be pregnant through IVF.
Yes,
or it's just trying to get you to experience motherhood. And I'll take a break. I must take a break so I can come back, because even though you don't call them failures, to those of us looking outside, it's like it's a failure. Yes. But I hear there's a solution. I'll be right back with my guests. Okay, we are back. Don't worry. We keep talking behind these things, and these things happen. But it doesn't matter. You can never finish your conversation in one show. But I want to take the issue of some of the pregnancies, assisted pregnancies that do not work. These women walk away. For example, the Ighodalo Foundation has almost 3,000 people on queue for 20 couples that have been paid for. So what happens after you've tried and it doesn't work? Do they come to you?
You can adopt, yes. We work
and it sounds
together.
like your chairman is the same thing.
The same chairman.
When he was setting up these 2 things, nobody knew where he was going to get to.
No, I don't think he thought about it that way. But he just has a passion to help people who don't have children. That's one of his strongest passions. Yes. So I guess in doing what he knows to do, this and this happened, and they're working well together. So basically, yes, like you said, when you've tried and tried and tried all these IVFs, then consider adoption. There's nothing wrong with adopting a child. A child is a child is a child. All children were created by God. For me, what is God saying? When I pray and I'm clear in my heart that God has told me to do something, I step out because God who's asked you to do anything, he knows the end from the beginning and the beginning from the end. You know, so when people come and say, oh, we want, in the Heritage Homes Orphanage, we don't let people choose children. Because when you carry a child in your womb, you haven't chosen that child. The child, God just puts what he thinks he wants to put inside your belly. And the child comes out and you say, oh, okay, this is this child. Ugly, nice, or whatever, it's your child. And you have to live with that. You know, so we don't. We just pray and we ask whoever's wanting to adopt to go and pray about it and make sure that they get the child God wants them to have. Because God can never give you more than you can bear.
And that brings me to Remi. Remi, your sister had 2.
Yes, she did.
In quick succession.
Yes.
But she eventually had another one.
Yes.
9 years
later, 9 years after.
So she spent that 9 years looking after those 2.
Yes.
Did she ever go through the why me period?
Oh,
because we hear stories of parents who actually lock their kids away. So the parents' mentality is important, isn't it?
Yes, it is. She went through the why me. She cried. She was.
You were living with her?
Was at the. I had to go and be with her because at the time when she had the boy, when she had her, it was a son first.
What was his disability? What is
autism.
What's the second one's disability?
Both of them autism.
You will say, does God just...
You know,
because
so,
mothers blame themselves.
Yes, and she was like, okay, what did I do? But I was celibate. I waited. You know, she thought about everything that she may have done wrong, but she couldn't place it anywhere. Then she went into the why me, God, what did I do wrong? What was it that you wanted me to do? And all of that. So, I mean, after having her son, and he went through that, and in 2 years, she had her daughter, and again, it was staring her right in the face.
Gosh.
Again. So she's like, what is happening? So, of course, she went into, I mean, she went through a lot. All of her savings, and now she was now trying to find the answers. Where do I go? What hospital? Doctors would just...
What is her husband? What kind of support?
Oh, he had his 110%, which helped her. Mm-hmm. So they had to be together, they cried
because
together.
Because family will blame her. It's not in our family. It's not in our family.
Yeah. You know, yes. You know, and you know how it says you first have a fight over it, and then you come together, and thank God they stuck together. Because couples would blame, like you said, would blame themselves. And before you know it, at the end of it. I have parents in our school where it's just the mother because the father isn't there.
So do kids thrive better when they have that kind of complete, you know?
Yes.
Because it doesn't change the situation, does it? Are your sister's children still autistic?
Yes. No, well, her son is almost out.
He has speech.
But no, he has speech. He's in secondary school and all of that, and he doesn't need to be facilitated anymore.
But it was because of the support.
Yes. So it's really key that the children are loved because, believe it or not, love always just opens the atmosphere. There's something about it because children know when the atmosphere is stiff, when daddy and mommy are not talking.
Or do you blame daddy and mommy for feeling that way, though?
I don't blame anybody because, I mean, parents, we find ourselves, you know how Ibidunni has said, oh, when she got married, she just thought, okay, having children. Everybody has this dream, you know, of just having a beautiful family, but perfection. But God chooses us, and we don't know why. But I also think that God gives grace, and he also gives, because he knows that you would go through, you are not going to kill that child, because there are parents who are doing that, to say, I can't do this. I would have to either give this child something to drink, or go and hide this child.
They kill their kids?
Oh, yes, they do. Their children, they're born with all kinds of needs. And before you know it,
it might seem easier. I just wonder, do you have regular parents I've still used the word regular, pardon me, who come to school? Did you have the parents worry about, our children are mixing with this kind of people, what's the challenge, and how do you manage it?
None have said anything about that. But sometimes it's just like, and I just give them a straight face and I smile, and I'm not giving you room to discriminate between my children.
So the word is discriminate. You want to respond?
I'm going to say something. I run a school with special needs, and there's still discrimination. Yes.
Okay, you have all kinds of needs.
Because we all have kinds of needs. So a child is drooling, and my child isn't drooling. So are you sure that, oh, my child is talking, this isn't talking. Okay, my child is picking up. But I always tell them, children would pick up, neurotypical children pick up all kinds of things in school.
Anyway. So when you hear things like this, I hear people saying, okay, I don't want this kind of child, I want that kind of child. What goes through your own mind?
My goodness. No, it's just a case of when you hear somebody else's cross, you are crying about your cross. when you hear somebody else's cross, you go back to your cross. And you will just stick to your cross.
I say, this cross of mine.
Let me just stick to it.
So I just...
If I forget to, please, those children that they want to throw away, don't kill them. Please. Bring them to the orphanage. Please. We will take them. We would love them. We will take care of them.
So you have children with the same... Because you are linked now in some ways.
In many ways.
In many ways?
In many ways. We're together. We're one.
And as I wish you all well as you go along, I'd like just one final word from each person. If you don't take anything away, I say faith and perseverance. What do you say?
Love.
Love. What do you say?
Love.
What do you say?
The grace of God.
And what do you say?
Trust God completely.
Trust, love, grace, whatever it is, please learn to love. Learn to know that you are here for a purpose, and what that purpose is, let him show you and do it without complaining, no? As for me, my purpose today has been to have these wonderful women share their experiences on Seriously Speaking. I'll see you again next week. Bye.